even though Zoom is a popular tool, so how do we adjust the audio settings to be clear and quality sound?
To keep a podcast engaging while following a script, it's important to balance conversational tone, even though you may have.
There might be so many beginners as right now, so they might make mistakes.
Apparent while fail to adjust background noises and echo, and to avoid these mistakes, we can follow some rules.
Each team members had a clear understanding for version control and code management via Realight.
Right. Hello everyone and welcome to our podcast. In today's video, we are going to dive into the exciting world of podcasting and how to create your own podcast using Zoom. So we are also using the Zoom software to record this video. Whether you are a beginner or curious about this process, we got you covered. So my name is Dion Dexter and I am your host today. And joining with me are three amazing team members from the huge companies. So they will be sharing their insights about the setup, research, and the final production. So let's start with a quick introduction.
Thank you, Dion. So I'm here, Florian Cavallo, and I'm a technical lead from HCL company.
Hello everyone, I'm Sasi, a research analyst from Virtusa company.
Hello everyone, I'm Sindhujan, the project manager from the Novatech solution.
So let's start with setting up a podcast. So to give an elaboration about what a podcast is, and the first step in setting up a Zoom for a podcast recording. So we have Florian, the technical lead of HCL. So over to you.
Thank you, Dion. So first of all, before using the Zoom for podcast recording, you should know what about the podcast. So a podcast is a digital audio or a video series that is typically available for download or streaming over the internet. These episodes are usually focused on a specific topic or theme such as news, storytelling, education, entertainment, or else interviews. So the first step in setting up a Zoom for podcast recording is the first and foremost thing is to create a Zoom account, then schedule a meeting. Once your meeting is scheduled, you should adjust the meeting settings to record the meeting automatically. This will allow you to capture the video and audio both. Then ensure that the participants that are participating in the Zoom have the correct audio settings to ensure the smooth recording.
So we all know podcasts are listened all over the world through video and audio. So mostly people listen to podcasts like jogging and like chilling and such. So audio is a must. So even though Zoom is a popular tool for virtual meetings, so how do we adjust the audio settings to be clear and quality sound?
To get a good sound quality, first of all, enable the original sound caption. This will bypass Zoom's default noise suppression and echo cancellation, so into a cleaner and more natural sound. Enable high fidelity music mode and adjust the stereo audio option if your recording setup supports it. Always test the audio with all the participants before you begin the recording to ensure everyone sounds clear and balanced.
So we have seen so many podcasts they have so many are scripted but well structured. So how do you prepare a script at HCL? So and what are the key elements we should include?
So when preparing a podcast script, it is essential to have a clear structure. So first the thing is the introduction part. Start with a welcoming introduction to set the tone. This intro part includes introducing yourself and your guest along with a brief summary of the podcast episode's theme. And second point is the outline of topics. Break down the main topics or segments in the episode. So we can use bullet points to guide the flow and keep everyone on the track. And third point is transitions. So plan smooth transitions between topics or segments so the conversation feels natural. This can include simple phrases like "now let's dive into," or else "that leads us to our next point." In a sense, you all can ask some phrases. And the fourth point is questions or prompts. If you are interviewing guests, include specific questions or prompts you want to ask to guide the conversation. And the last point is the closing remarks. So finish with a conclusion that wraps up the episode and provides a call to action, like asking listeners to subscribe, visit a website, or turn in the next time.
that was a great explanation from our technical lead from HCL.
Thank you.
So next, let's move on to research and editing. So we have with us Mr. Sasikumar, the research analyst from Virtusa. Virtusa is known for like huge projects. So what kind of research do you do before like starting like a podcast?
So we started recording the podcast. I conduct research on the best practices for creating a podcast using Zoom. This involves exploring different technical aspects such as Zoom audio and video setting to optimize sound quality and common podcasting tools.
There might be like so many beginners watching us right now. So like they might make mistakes because it might be their first time. So can you share some common mistakes and how we could avoid them?
You can see here some common mistakes such as poor sound quality. This happens while fail to adjust setting correctly in Zoom. And second thing is not editing enough. This happens while background noises and awkward pauses. And another mistake is not preparing content in advance. This happens while start without a clear idea of the episode structures. And to avoid these mistakes, we can follow some rules. Testing and adjusting Zoom audio setting and detailed outline for each and every episode. Editing to removing background noises.
So as I said from the earlier conversation, sound is a really must of podcast. So editing plays a huge role in podcast making. So what tools do you recommend and what do you use at Virtusa to like improve your audio quality?
My first steps in improving the audio involved, first we can use Audacity, free and powerful audio editing software. And second one is a noise reduction tool for remove any background and unwanted noises. And third one is trimming silence tool for cutting out any long pauses or irrelevant content to maintain a smooth flow.
Yeah, that was Sasikumar from Virtusa about research and editing, and that was an amazing explanation. So thank you. So next we are moving on to a crucial part, which is the presentation and documentation. This is the aftermath of podcasting. So we have with us Mr. Sindhujan from Novatech, which is a huge company. So different projects have like different timelines. So how do you effectively manage the timeline and various tasks throughout the projects?
A great question, Dion. From the beginning, we broke down the project into the key parts: planning, designing, development, testing, and final documentation. We create a detailed Gantt chart to visualize our timeline and designing clear deadline to each phase. Double checking the help abstract focus and make necessary adjustment. One of the biggest challenges was balancing the multiple tasks, but the priority critical milestone we ensure a smooth progress and also having buffer for unnecessary delay.
So you would have managed so many projects over your job, and what tools did you utilize, and what ways did they contribute to the project success? Because we have been hearing so many success stories from Novatech.
We primarily used Trello from task management, which allowed us to track progress, assign the task and update structure in real time. Each team members had a clear understanding of their responsibility. We also used the Google Drive for collaborating documentation, ensuring that all our report, meeting notes and drafts were accessible and up to the date. For version control and code management, we are relied on GitHub, which can use track change the event rate and avoid the conflict when multiple members work on the same code base. This tool made collaboration seamless and improved the accountability and reduced the miscommunication.
So this podcast was a fantastic journey. So also thanks to Mr. Sindhujan for his time. And so let's move on to the final thoughts. So we have with us here Miss Florian, the technical lead from HCL. So can you tell me the biggest takeaway from this podcast?
Thank you, Dion. So, as the technical lead, my biggest takeaway from this project is the importance of effective communication and collaboration across all teams, ensuring that the technical setup from Zoom configurations to script writing aligns with the overall goals of the podcast was crucial. It's not just about the tools we used, but how we integrate them seamlessly into the creative process.
So next we are moving to Mr. Sasikumar. So Mr. Sasikumar, what advice would you give to someone who is starting like as a beginner a podcast using Zoom?
First one is plan ahead. For example, content structures and episode outlines. And second advice is invest in good equipment. For example, microphones and headphones for ensure audio quality. And third advice is you use Zoom recording features. And last one, post-production editing.
Thank you, Mr. Sasikumar. And about the most challenging part of this project, we have Sindhujan, the project manager. So, like, if we have so many challenges going through the project, like, how do we overcome it? What would you be your final advice?
Exactly. We broke down the budget into smaller and manageable tasks, assigning the clear deadline and regular meeting of the track of progress. This is the keep everyone on the same page, help addressing any issue before the big problem.
Thank you, Mr. Sindhuja. And so that's a wrap, viewers. So thank you. So mainly thank you for our members who joined us today and shared your wonderful wisdom and thoughts. And also thank you for your time. And thank you to our listeners who tuned in today's video. So we hope this episode was a delight and it helped you understand the basics and creating a podcast using Zoom. So if you find this helpful, feel free to subscribe and share this video with your friends and share this video with who might be interested in doing podcasting. So until next time, happy podcasting. See you and good night.